Welcome to our presentation on the architecture of becoming. Today, we explore the foundations of Deleuzian economics through the lens of molecular abstraction, looking at how we can move from rigid, fixed laws toward a more generative, fluid ontology. Science is undergoing a profound transformation. While modern science has traditionally been modeled on classical physics obsessed with static positions, momentum, and eternal laws, we are shifting toward a nomadic science. This new approach, modeled on generative ontology, follows the flow of qualitative differences to trace the actual textures of becoming. At the heart of this shift is an endless, rhizomatic feedback loop between complexity science and generative ontology. By focusing on energy, waves, and flows, we move beyond the simple duality of being and becoming to actively think from the perspective of becoming itself, creating a space where the event is central to our understanding. How does a scientific field emerge? It starts with an idea, composed of elements, relations, and singular points. A scientific field arises as an attempt to synthesize the dialectical problems inherent in these components, utilizing a differentiator to bridge the gap between the abstract idea and the concrete body. Molecular abstraction captures reality through a simultaneous process of double differentiation. On one side, we have qualitative differentiation, which deals with differential relations and ratios. On the other, we have extensional differentiation, which maps singular points to concrete parts and organizations. Together, these determine how our concepts are formed. The mechanics of molecular abstraction are universal. Whether we are looking at physics, biology, linguistics, or music, we see the same engine at work. By identifying the differentiator in each field, we can trace how qualities and species emerge from differential ratios and how specific works or particles arise from singularities. When we study the unconscious, we see the danger of getting trapped in molar abstraction. Psychoanalysis has often interpreted the unconscious as a fixed, representational structure. In contrast, schizoanalysis operates on molecular abstraction, treating the unconscious as a productive, non-representational force that aligns with the evolution of minoritarian science. Productive desire is the virtual sufficient reason, the engine of generation itself. It is not merely a human feeling or a sense of lack, it is a universe-building mechanism. Through connective, disjunctive, and conjunctive syntheses, productive desire drives the self-production of the unconscious, serving as the mechanical origin of reality. By capturing this productive desire as a differentiator, we establish Deleuzian economics. This is a microeconomics of desire, a field that functions as both a rigorous minoritarian science and a postmodern philosophy, focused on tracking how desire synthesizes repeating series to determine relations and singular points. The architecture of molecular abstraction maps perfectly to economic science. Productive desire acts as our differentiator, driving pure economic functions like wealth, production, and distribution. These functions then crystallize into economic systems and, eventually, into the concrete production sectors and organizations we observe in the world. Every academic discipline seeks a fundamental principle. Molar principles often limit us to static laws by reducing everything to fixed representations. However, by adopting molecular principles, we pursue divergence and emergence. This allows us to map the continuous evolution of systems, which is the cornerstone of Deleuzian economics. Ultimately, the future of science unfolds through an endless evolution of rhizomatic solidarity. Deleuzian economics is just one manifestation of this infinite potential. As modern and postmodern thought continue to interact, we move toward a future defined by balance, harmony, and a deep, interconnected understanding of our world.